In this video, I'll show you how to create a form using AI in Power Pages site. Now, this is a prompt you will see, like describe a form to create it once you trigger that AI form creation process. And here you'll get specific options. You can type in your own prompt. Like I have created a prompt called as create a patient entry form asking for patient name, patient email, and phone, and then accordingly it will start previewing the showing you the preview of the form. So this is how the form will look like, and if there are any modification you may need to do, you can do that in the prompt, like moving the phone number field up or removing the email of the patient field. And once that is done, it will start provisioning the form. Now remember, if it's a new form, then it might need to have some sort of a data storage. So it will create a table within the backend. As you see over here, it has created copilot patient entry table along with a specific field, and then it will act as a storage point for storing the records. Once that form is loaded, you can do various other modification in that form, but then you need to give a proper context to the copilot. Now you can do this for a like a multi-step form as well. Now in this example, as you see over here, this is a multi-step form. So we have just created a simple form to apply for say credit card, and then it had automatically created this multi-step form. And at the same time, you can also ask copilot to create a theme on basis of the application's logic. Like say if that is like something related to a credit card information, you can have some more like a corporate theme. But then if it's like if you're asking for more like say casual information, then you can specify more like say casual color for your particular application. Now let's jump into the demo. So let me show you, like this is a make.powerpages.microsoft.com. So I've created a Power Pages site. It has nothing uh, specific in it. It's like a couple of pages in it. So I'll click on new page, and I'll this time I'll call this as a credit card app. Now in this page, I'll go to form. So I'll click select on form, and then there are multiple options for me to create a form. Now this page is busy, so I'll just segregate this and show it to you. Now this is a copilot way of creating a form. This is a way through which if you do not have a form, you can create a new form. So this is nothing to do with copilot, and this is the one whereby you have already created a couple of form, and then you can make use of it. Okay, now these are the different ways. So the first one which we are going to focus on it, like this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just say I want to create multi-step form for processing credit card application, and click on that submit button. And then once you do that, it will create a credit card application form. So as you see over here, it has created the credit card application form. Now let me click on OK over here and see what it does in the backend. So it will start processing the form details, and then it will start creating those fields within the backend table. Now what it will do is, like once this table is created, it will prefix the table name with the copilot word, and then the name of the table, like which will be copilot credit card app. So this is how it will basically create that backend table. Now backend table will store the form details. So once the user loads in the form and the form enter is filled in, user will add those information. Now as you see over here, we have said multi-step form, but it has created a simple form. Okay, so from that portal we are not able to generate the multi-step form. Okay, now I'll just show you first what it has done. It has created a form with lot of fields in it. You can remove the field, you can take off the field if you do not want that field. But in the backend, if you go in the data, it has created Copilot credit card application, and it has created all those fields. So all those fields will be visible over here, like address, annual income, city, credit score, email, etc. Right? So these all information will be as a part of that table. So if a user types in this information will get stored over there. So if I preview, so let me go to pages over here and let me synchronize. And once the configuration are synced, what we will do is we will open the Power Pages site, and then that form will get loaded. And then if you type in some information within the form, the data will get stored in the backend system. So now, remember one thing, once you create a form, what we need to do is like we need to set a permission for that form. So we add a new permission and say we can put some whatever permission name we want. And then make sure that depending on your requirement, how you want the user to be getting those permissions. So read, update, delete, append, create, append to, and then you can grant user to either authenticated user, anonymous users. You click on save, and once that permission is saved, you again need to do a synchronization for this entire thing to work. Okay, so this is the main important thing which you need to follow. Now we have created we have said that create as a multi-step form for a credit card application, but it has created a single form. It has done a good job. It has created all these fields and we are happy with it. But then what if we need a multi-step form? Okay, or maybe we need to again go through this entire process, how we will how we need to proceed with this further. Okay, so I'm going to show that soon. But before than that, what I'm do, I'll just preview this website. Okay, just to see whether the data which we put in the application form persist within the backend Dataverse table or not. So it's loading this application. So this entire process, what it has done is like through AI, we have created a form. So in the backend, it has taken the reference of that page. It has created a form. It has created a backend Dataverse table, and we have set a permission for that Dataverse table and granted permission to the authenticated users. So now once we grant permission to the authenticated user, so make sure that in the Power Pages site, you log into the application, because that's what we have given permission to that specific set of user group. So that's authenticated user. So if you have given anonymous users access rights, then you need not log into the application for form submission. But in this case, yes, you need to log into the application. So let's give an application name. So I'll just say Rick Edwards. Email is rick@ed.com, and some phone number, and say 1 2 1 Epping Road. And we can put various things like state, zip code. I'm not going to fill up everything. I'll just click on submit, and once this is submitted, it says submission completed successfully. So where does this data go? So if you go to the design studio, you can go into the data, you can see copilot create application, and then we will see all this detail. So we have added state as well. So let me select the state column. So all this column, we can see that okay, this record has been created using this form. Okay, now there are other ways through which we can create a form within the copilot application. So if you go into the pages, as you see over here, so what I'm going to do is like I'll create a new page and I will call it as credit card multi-step form. I click on add. Now here in credit card multi-step form, I have this copilot pane enabled. Now here I will just say create. So we just want to create a multi-step form for a for a credit card. So I'll just say create a form to apply for a credit card. Now, once I type in this prompt, it will start looking in for information, and it will also suggest that if I've already created this table in the backend. So it says, okay, let's make sure your form is connected to the right table. Choose an existing table. So I can select an existing table over here, or I can create form with new table. I will just select Copilot credit card application, the table which you have just created a while back, and it will start processing this information, and it has created this multi-step form. Now remember, this is important part. It says review this form. So review this form preview. We need to keep this form, review all step before saving. So I'll just click on next step. I'll just click on next step, and I think I'm happy with the form. So, and I will just say click on keep the form. So this is an important step, because if we do not do that, then this form will again disappear. Okay, and now this form is ready. Now again, the same step we need to follow. We just need to select this specific form, multi-step form, and we have a way to navigate personal information, financial information, employment data, and credit preferences. And then from here, we can set up a table permissions. So this is the table permission which is active currently. We can also set a new table permission which we, if we want. So let me this time set up a table permission, and I'll set say CC table perm say 2. I will select the table name. So the table name is Copilot credit card application. I can add a role. I will add an authenticated users. I'll click on save. And now I have two table, like one table and two forms. I'll synchronize the changes. So the first, when we started creating a form, we have requested to create a multi-step form, but it hasn't created a multi-step form. It has just created a simple form through that interface. But there is a way through which you can navigate to the Copilot area, as you see over here, and then here you can explicitly specify the prompt, and then it will create a multi-step form. Now we have two forms. One is a normal form, and second is a multi-step form. And both the forms are ready. So what we are going to do, we'll just click on preview desktop. The only difference between both the form is, like, in one step, in one form, every field is in one single interface. And in the multi-step form, we have the fields segregated across different section, and kind of like a wizard based approach or a tabbed interface, so that all the informations are segregated based on some category, like the personal information, financial information, employment details. Now let me uh, again refresh this portal. So I think we have just created clicked on preview desktop, so it will load the form. Okay, so the information is loaded. So let me give this name as Steve Smith, date of birth 1/1/1980, email is ss@abc.com, some phone number, one Microsoft Way, city is Seattle. And I can navigate from here, like next to financial information, employment details, and credit preference, just by clicking on next. So once that information is processed, it will navigate to financial information. I'll just put some value, and then requested credit limit. Next, go to employment details. It's say unemployed. Click on next. Credit preference, good credit history. And once your form is ready, you just submit the information back, and then this form will be submitted back. So if you want to see the data, you can navigate to the data, go to appropriate table. So that's Copilot credit card application table. Now, as you see over here, it has added this record Steve Smith. And if you want to see comments or any other field which is part of the multi-step form, you can go ahead and see that, and then you will see all the relevant information stored in this particular backend table. So this is how you basically use AI form to generate either a simple form or simple web form, or a multi-step web form. Thanks for watching.